Greetings everyone, Joseph James here with you in a newsletter brought to you by theschooloftrade.com. Today was July 29th, 2009. Guys, almost out of the month of July. Where did it go? We're halfway through the summer month here. And guys, before we get into our live trading results, I want to remind you guys, our YouTube page is a free resource. And guys, please go on there, check out the videos we post every night there. It's going to go over our trade setups. It's going to go over our rules. It'll go over pretty much everything, guys, we see here in our nightly newsletter. If you see value in those videos, guys, please rate and comment. So use that free resource, youtube.com/School of Trade. And please, guys, rate and comment on those videos. Now, today we brought $570 out of the market, 3 contracts. That brings us our weekly total here just shy of $1,000, $990. It brings our monthly total now $72.30. And as you guys can see, these nickels and dimes that we've been making consistently every day in the market in the summer months of July and hopefully in August again next month are continuing to add up to great profits. Okay, if you're trading a $10,000 account, that's all you would need to trade this account is $10,000 USD. And so what you're going to see is being able to duplicate, right, basically double that money every single month, even in these low volume markets like we see in the summertime. Let's talk about our term of the day. The term of the day is the 3-strike rule. Now, we saw this come up a couple times today in our live trade room. We covered this in our members training today. The 3-strike rule is ultimately, it applies to managing our trades, and we use it to identify a market that is seeing difficulty in filling our profit targets. And it ultimately shows signs of a reversal. In other words, it may go back against our position and cause us to take a stop loss. Now, the 3-strike rule seeks to maximize profit and minimize losses. We use the time and sales window and your trading dome ultimately to use this 3-strike rule. And here's how it's used. We give the market 3 attempts to fill our profit target. It applies to all 3, right? So all 3, 1, 2, and 3 targets. And ultimately, we watch as price attempts to fill each profit target. And if we don't fill after 3 attempts, we simply take profit manually. And here's how it applies to the targets we use. On the first target, of course, we've got your initial stop placed 6 to 8 ticks back somewhere. So we still have risk in the market at that time. On our first target, if we get our 3 strikes against us, we'll move our stop up to our point of entry and look to, of course, eliminate all the risk in that trade as soon as possible. Now, our second target, if we don't see our second target filled after those 3 strikes, we'll then take a manual target off the table by simply taking that second target and forcing it to be filled, whether it be dragging the target over price or lowering the quantity on your dome to 1 or 2 or 3, whatever contract size you're taking off per target, and simply hitting the market button in the opposite side of your trade. So manually taking that second target with a market order, or simply force filling that target by moving it on your trading dome or your chart trader. And then, of course, your third target, once we see that third target, 1, 2, 3 strikes, we then will, of course, flatten our total position to lock in that final runner. So it applies to all 3 targets, guys. It's called the 3-strike rule, and we used it a couple times today in our live trade room to save us some pretty good money. Live trade room opens at 2:45 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, so make sure you guys come and join us. The beginner's course is recommended for all new free trial members. It's a great way to get started. It's a great foundation to build on, and the best way to get the most of your 3 weeks with us in our trade room. Now, of course, the trade room's open to trial members and lifetime members. Come out and join us. We're going to go over our news events. We'll show you how we adjust to the market, and we'll show you how we execute our trades, guys. It's very simple. We follow the same basic routine every single morning, and like clockwork, as you can see, it produces pretty amazing results. Now, this morning, I had a very similar morning on the DAX. We'll show you guys some of the trades today. I had a very similar morning here in the DAX as I did yesterday. Now, as you guys know, my attitude is at 3 a.m., I like to get into some trades, kind of get some money made, get us off to a good start, or kind of feel out how this market's trading. Now, there's one way to do this without putting money in the market, and that is to use a demo or a simulated dome. So you can use your sim account to get into the market early at 3 a.m. to kind of test the waters a little bit. Now, of course, we did this morning to kind of get our bearings a little bit. And I got chopped up pretty good on the DAX this morning. As you can see here, about 340. Right, we started looking at 330 coming in for a wave long, 2-step short, looking for a wave long. So we went back and forth trying to qualify these trades. Well, we looked at a 2-step short here at about just shy of 4 o'clock this morning. This is a 2-step short at 20.5. Had to exit early on this, didn't see any follow through, ended up taking a negative 2 tick per contract, so 3 contracts, 246. So that short there, this 2-step short there at 20.5 ended up costing me 6 ticks. And of course, Tried to get back in with another two-step. Now what happened here, guys, was that ultimately at 4:11, that's 11 minutes past the hour here, this two-step short at 28.5. Now you'll notice 28.5 is almost at the bottom of this bracket, and this is a mental mistake that I made this morning. I'll be the first to admit it. Was waiting for price to break through our levels at 34 and at 32. And of course we had support at 34 and 32. And by the time that we broke below that support, I had taken my focus off of the support coming in below here at 26s. And by the time I got in at 28.5, it was too late. Mental mistake. Completely missed the fact that we were trying to sell these lows. So I'm obviously not too happy about getting, kind of dug a hole for myself here this morning. But as you can see, we're making a great attempt here getting out of these trades when we see they're not working. That's the most important thing I want you guys to learn from this example here is notice how we didn't take full stops. Once we know this trade is not going to work out, we get out of that trade as soon as possible, guys. It makes no sense to wait around and see what happens because, as you can see, if I would have let these two go against me for the full stop, right, I would have been out of this market before we even got started today. Okay, so a great example of how cutting your losses early. And you know what? Everyone makes mental mistakes sometimes. This mistake here at 4:11 this morning, I'll be the first to admit, not a very good trading decision. Now, of course, we didn't go very long without making our money back, though, as we usually do. We're very consistent here in the market, right? We very rarely have losing days, so it didn't take us very much longer. Here in the crude oil, we took a bunch of trades on crude today. Took a two-step short here, 20 minutes past the hour, actually 4:28 in the crude oil. Entry here was at 80. Now, this was a great trade for everybody in the room. I think everybody made money in the room this morning, this one. Took profit at 3. We took a second manual target at 3. Of course, that 3 strike rule came into play on this one. Great example here. We took a manual target at 3. Okay, so our first mechanical target was at 3 ticks. Our second at 6 ticks. Of course, we didn't get that far because we had to take it off manually at 3 because of that 3 strike rule. Then we had the runner take off. Got 8 ticks on our runner for a total of 14 ticks there on that trade. Now, just before 5 a.m., we did look for another two-step long here. This was a higher risk two-step long. And of course, as you guys can see, worked out pretty well. A lot of the members took it. I, however, though, did not. I was sitting on the sidelines watching this thing rally there to the upside. But again, two-step long there just shy of 5 o'clock above that 65.47 level. All right, let's keep moving here, guys. Back to the euro. Now, we hadn't traded the euro in a while. The euro has been a sleeper recently, but today it woke up pretty well here. Now, starting at 9 o'clock here, we looked for a two-step long. We looked for a wave long. Of course, whether we didn't get the higher high on the trigger line or there was a big round number, of course, remember that big round number is 4,100. We spent the morning dancing around that 4,100 level pretty much all morning on the euro and had to really be careful about it. We ended up actually using that level as support and resistance later on here. Now, we had to wait for 935 to come and go so we get back in this market. 944, this was a two-step long at 87. We took targets at 3 ticks, 6 ticks, and a runner at 10 ticks for a total of 19 ticks there on that winner, just shy of 950 this morning, 944. It wasn't long thereafter, back at 1018. This, of course, was after we saw some news events pass. The U.S. Open at 930. 1018 comes along, two-step short at 93. Now, this was a scratch trade. If you guys watched this, this was another example of the 3-strike rule. This, however, though, as you can see, didn't work out as planned, really. We took the 3-strike rule. We exited the trade early for a scratch just to see the price action kind of stay right there. It actually sat at that entry point there at 93 for about 2-3 minutes. We made the right decision getting out of the trade, but as you can see, it ended up chopping its way down here. So, of course, a snapshot, hindsight is 20/20. But when we were in the market, it made no sense to stay in. Price action died on the table. We had the 3-strike rule in play. Wish I would have stayed in it, but at the same time, we had to make an educated decision with what we had available at that time. We definitely made the right decision to get out of that trade. Last trade of the day, guys, here on crude oil. This is our last trade of the day here, just before 11 o'clock, 10:57. This is a two-step short. Now, of course, this fill here was at 23, 64.23 on this two-step short. Took profit at 3, 6, and 7 for a total of 16 ticks. Add it all up, guys. This made us a great profit today, $570 on 3 contracts. Guys, we're going to show you how to do this all in real time tomorrow, so make sure you come out and join us. Opens up at 2:45 a.m. We're going to give you live trade calls. We'll go over all of this stuff, including our rules. We'll show you how we manage our trades. Guys, plenty of opportunities for questions. You'll see the market in a completely different way, and we'll give you a free 3 weeks to come out as part of our trial. So spend 3 weeks with us. Come trade along with us. Guys, the beginner's course is highly recommended. Not required, but highly recommended. And remember, please rate and comment on those YouTube videos, guys. Drop us an email, sales@schooloftrade.com. My name is Joseph James. Hope the video helps. We'll see you tomorrow morning in the trade room. Bye-bye for now.